Hi, I'm Callie and welcome to Kapowski Reads. And I saw a really fun book tag that I thought would be perfect for this time of year. It is the Love in Books tag. This was created by the lovely Ellie over at Bibbidi Bobbidi Books, which is the most fun book channel name to say. This tag celebrates different types of love and felt perfect for Valentine's Day. Even though this video is going to go up shortly after Valentine's Day, it's still in the same week, so it still counts. If you want to join in with this tag, consider yourself tagged. I never know who to tag, so this is me tagging you if you want to do it. The questions I will pop in the description along with a link to Ellie's original video. I am a big sucker for any kind of love, so I was really excited by this tag. It just looked so fun. So let's start with question number 1, which is Friendship Love, a book that includes a loving friendship. And I have a duology for this one, which is Dread Nation by Justina Ireland and Deathless Divide. These books, I feel, just perfectly capture a friendship between our main characters, Jane and Catherine. And the reason why I absolutely love their friendship is the fact that they hate each other at the beginning. The venom that they feel towards each other is so strong, and like these two, you could not imagine them becoming friends. But through the circumstances that they go through, they form this beautiful, just beautiful relationship. And I loved their friendship. I loved watching it develop from sheer hatred to like family. You are my family now. It was just, oh, I love these two together. If I think about the ending of the final book, I will cry. I absolutely loved these two together, and might as well. I was going to show you them together. I don't have them together. I think it's the US edition that has the two characters together on the cover of Deathless Divide. But I loved them. They thought they were opposites, but you know, they weren't opposites. They were so similar. I loved them, and I love this duology. Question number 2 is Sibling Love, a book that features a strong sibling relationship. And I picked this book for 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is that I feel like it does contain a really strong sibling relationship. Reason number 2 is my sister passed away almost 11 years ago. She and I both loved this book, and we both found ourselves in the characters in this book. And so for me, the book is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. This book has like a double cozy place in my heart because I love the relationship between the sisters. It is just beautiful and supportive and loving, but I also have those special memories of reading this with my sister and watching the films. I think she would have also loved the new adaptation of it. And we both wanted to be Jo. We both thought that we could be Jo, but we both knew we weren't Jo. And we kind of were okay with that. Question number 3 is a Parental or Guardian Love, a book that has a character who identifies as a parent or guardian. And I'm kind of going to twist this a bit because I'm not a fan of reading books about parenthood. It's just not something. I have friends who are parents, and I love their stories. But this isn't something that I would seek out in fiction. So I'm twisting it a little smidge and just going with a book that features characters who are parents. They're not the main characters though. And I'm going with my favourite parents in fiction, who are Mo and Mom from This Poisoned Heart series by Kaylin Bayron. They are the most loving parents. They are so supportive. They are characters in their own rights. Of course, they have personalities, like they are well-rounded despite being side characters, but the absolute love that they have and the way that they want to support her and encourage her and are like, some weird stuff's going on here, but you know, we've got your back. And I absolutely loved their like big mum energy. It was so just charming and loving. I think the reason why I love these two characters as my favourite parents in literature is because Breezus is adopted, and so often when I'm reading literature, fantasy in particular, and you have an adopted character, their parents are there seems to be the trope where the parents are cruel and unsupportive, but these two mums are basically, they are like a cheerleading team for their kid, and they're so supportive and encouraging, and they are ready to help her work through some weird goings on that she's experiencing. I will be back. The cat's going a bit mad. I don't know where I was. I'm distracted by a cat once again. So yeah, my absolute two favourite parents, just so loving and so just warm, and I wanted to join their family. They just seem so lovely. Question number 4 was a book about pet love, which kind of feels perfectly timed considering he's not even my pet. The cat who lives next door, I just had him being dramatic on our carpet because he wasn't getting enough attention and he wanted some little pats, and now he's absolutely fine. So this is a book that features a loyal pet or animal companion, and I'm going with The Gracekeepers by Kirsty Logan. This is a beautifully written book. I highly recommend all of these books. I feel like this book doesn't get enough praise, and it should. It's a very beautifully written book, and it is about two characters. We have Callanish, who lives alone and is basically in charge of burying people at sea. She is what's called a gracekeeper. That's her job, and she's kind of confined to this island to carry out this role. We also have North. North is a circus performer on a circus that is on the sea. And the animal companion is a bear. The bear is the animal companion of North, and the bear is just so gentle but fiercely protective of North. And this is a lovely story about two women just trying to find a home for themselves. But yes, we have the lovely bear and the lovely North. Question number 5 is romantic love. A book that contains a swoon-worthy romance. And I'm cheating again. I'm cheating for all of these questions. But the questions did say that you could change them as you needed. So I'm tweaking them to let me answer in the way I want. I'm going with another series. I am going with Once Upon a Broken Heart series by Stephanie Garber. The romance in this book, beautiful. I love the way that the romance kind of spans from book 1 to book 3, and there are points where you're not even sure, like, am I gonna get the romance that I want? And I feel we all as readers deserved. I didn't know, and the series just kept me guessing, and I was truly invested in the romance in the book. And I'm not going to say the romance between him because I don't want to spoil anything for this series. It is beautiful, but yeah, the romance in this got me. I was just so, I really was invested in the story, and I wanted the romance. I feel like not a huge, like, I read a lot of romances, but I find it difficult sometimes to find a romance that I feel is worthy of me giving it 5 stars. And I feel a fantasy romance, probably a higher chance of me loving it. I don't know. I think there's just something about just romance as a genre in its own right that I feel I need something else, like something additional too. Or maybe I've just not read the right romances. If you have any romance recommendations, I would love to know. Question number 6 is Erotic Love. A book that does not fade to black when things get spicy. Again, I have a series. I am going with a book series that I've thrown on the floor. A Glasco Kiss by Sophie Gravia. This series is smutty. It's very smutty, but it's also written in a way that is, I don't read a lot of smut. Sometimes I get like secondhand cringe from the books. especially when like the guy growls, like, are you a bear, sir? Stop it. Seem like an idiot. I love these books because they are written in a very sort of comedic way where yes, they are smutty and you know, raunchiness is happening, but it's written in a way that you know the author's like, I know you're gonna laugh at this and I want you to laugh at it because it's hilarious. And I mean, I tabbed some funny bits in the last book. I didn't really tab the first two, but I find the smutty scenes in these books to just be so amusing, and Sarah, our main character, is so lovable and gets herself into all of these just hilarious dating situations, and they're so fun to read, and I had a good time laughing at them. And my partner could hear that I was laughing at them because I would cackle like a mad witch, and he would know that I was about to give a dramatic reading from these books because I did. And the final prompt is number 7, which is self-love. Name a book that includes the theme of self-love. So something that is about a person finding themselves, appreciating their self-worth, self-acceptance, personal growth, things like that. And I'm going with 3 Holidays and a Wedding by Marissa Stapley and Uzma Jalaluddin. This book was, first of all, charming, but secondly had 2 main characters who I feel each went through a self-discovery, like, adventure themselves, and we had friendship as well. Oh, this book is so just, it's like a Hallmark film with this plane stranded in this gorgeous chocolate box town that it just seems to be created for making cozy Christmas films. And we have one of our characters, Mariam, who's kind of feeling almost alienated because she's gone through a divorce. She's feeling kind of lost and like people are judging her. And we have Anna, who again, she's lost as well, and she's engaged to this man who's awful, and she's just clearly trying to find her place in the world. She's mourning the loss of her father and just wants a family, somebody like to love her. And the way that these 2 characters grow and find what it is that they need out of life was just beautiful to read. And again, these 2 didn't really get on so well at the beginning, but they found a beautiful support in each other. And it was just a lovely book about a relationship between these 2 people who formed a friendship that they might never have met under other circumstances, but they also found themselves and found what made them happy, learn to grow and stand up for themselves, and I absolutely loved it. This is going to be one of my festive favourite reads for years to come. I only read it for the first time last year and I'm delighted that I did. So these are my romance, love, book recommendations. I'd love to know if you have any books that you would recommend that sort of follow a vague theme of love, and if you've read any of these ones. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!